There's a lot of people that are dying in Mexico because of cartel violence. You know, we were talking about that Jamal Khashoggi guy before the podcast started, and how disturbing this whole thing is. And the plot, for folks who don't know what we're talking about, fill people in on.
Okay, sure. So Jamal Khashoggi is a journalist who actually worked for the Washington Post, and he went into the Saudi embassy in Turkey to get a marriage license, in Istanbul, to get a marriage license for him and his wife, and he never got out. They killed him, dismembered him, used a bone saw, and then they even went as far as to cover it up, where they had a body double go in, and they gave him a fake beard, and they had him wear his clothes and walk out.
Is there video of the body double?
There is. There is.
I need to see
In fact, CNN had it. I know yesterday I was looking at the CNN video that had it. So yeah, Saudi Arabia now brazenly killing journalists, and I'll tell you what, Joe.
Well, they came up with a bunch of different versions of the story, too.
Oh, yeah.
But why they did it. Here's the body double.
There you go.
There's him, and then the guy on the right with hair. Why would they have a guy with hair as a body double?
Think about how much this had to be planned out to have a body double.
Right, but why'd they give the body double? If you're going to be a body double, shave your head, dude. The other guy's bald. That's crazy.
So they didn't even do a good job at faking their murder. But
that's the worst fake ever.
Yeah.
Because the guy's got a full head of hair.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's terrible.
He had different shoes on, too.
He had different shoes?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst body double. It's got dark hair. And they're saying this is the guy. Look, he's fine. Walking around. Yeah. No issues.
It's a body double, not a hair double, I guess.
I mean, if you're going to have a body double, shave the guy's fucking head.
That's how he walked in, though. Different shirt and everything.
Oh, that's the body double?
In, yeah.
So
his hair color's different, too. I mean, he's got dark hair. This guy's got gray hair.
The thing that's driving me nuts about this is, so now this is getting a lot of press attention, and I'm happy it's getting a lot of press attention, of course, but the reason why it is because he's part of the elite class in the sense that he's a journalist. So now you have the people from the New York Times and the Washington Post and CNN that can relate, and they go, oh my God, they're killing journalists now. This is crazy. Look at the precedent that this sets. But what people don't know is, for the past 2 or 3 years, Saudi Arabia has been waging a literal genocide in Yemen, and that's not an exaggeration. So they've blockaded the country. They're not allowing in medicine. There's a cholera epidemic happening there. Millions of people are sick. They have people dying of starvation because they're not allowing in food or humanitarian aid. They're bombing hospitals. They're bombing schools. They're bombing open-air markets. So they're doing a literal genocide, and that got very little coverage. But then with this journalist now finally is starting to get some coverage. But I'm curious what happens moving forward in terms of how will the U.S. respond to it, because as I'm sure you already know, they care more about that $110 billion weapons deal that they just had with the Saudis than they do about the lives of Yemenis or the lives of journalists.
Yeah, the idea of him being really valuable is not. It's not just that he's a part of the elite. It's that there was a conspiracy to do so that they think came from up on high.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And there was 15 people that they're saying flew in from Saudi Arabia, and one of them was a forensics expert who knows how to cover up evidence, knows what evidence is, what to look for.
It's like a movie. It feels like a movie.
The bone saw thing, has that been confirmed? They know they had a bone saw?
I heard that now the nickname for him in Washington, D.C. is, what they say, Bone Saw Salman? His name is Mohammed bin Salman. They're calling him Bonesaw Salman or something like that. Yeah, dude, it is. The stuff that's going on is just scary to me. And then there's also some interesting geopolitical stuff happening around this. The head of Turkey is now using this as an issue to try to snuggle up to the U.S. because he's got ambitions where he wants to recreate the Ottoman Empire. And of course, Mohammed bin Salman, he has ambitions where he wants to dominate the Middle East. So you have at the same time this weird ego battle between Erdogan and Mohammed bin Salman, and they're all trying to suck up to the U.S. to basically get it so that we do favors for them and we allow them to expand.
Oh, and on top of that, the story's changed multiple times, right? The story of what
4
happened.
or 5 times. Yeah.
First they said nothing happened to him. Then they said he died in a fight.
Yeah.
And now they're saying that he was killed by people who overstepped their bounds.
That's right. Yeah, they keep changing the story.
There's also stories that the consulate has video and audio evidence of the murder.
That's what Turkey's saying, yeah.
But they don't want to release it because then people will know how they're spying on them when they visit the consulate.
I guess so. I didn't see that, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, see if you can find that. That was one of the things that was brought up yesterday, that they don't want to release this video and audio evidence because if they do, then other people will know how they're spying on them when they visit.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, they should immediately cut off the arms deal with Saudi Arabia. No more weapons for a regime that's doing the stuff that they're doing. And we already knew that they behead people in the public square for sorcery. Sorcery.
Do they really?
Yes, for sorcery, for witchcraft, for apostasy, for drug smuggling. That they behead people in the public square for those things.